ready to move on from all this petty drama so that there's not another Cyphers of the Eight situation. And my hope is that since the women can come together, Scrap and Chaotic can do the same.
Now in your lane once again, so I might have to smack that ass. You know, get duck. Don't call me. Don't own it. I'm like T.I. What you saying? T.I. I don't want to kick it with y'all. I don't want to skate with y'all. I don't want to do nothing. Stand with soon. I got a record I'm about to drop today. And I already pre-recorded because I knew you was going to come up and bubble up with some bullshit. And when this record dropped,
then you going like trying to troll, acting like, you know what I'm saying, you so G'd up, like that was a G'd up move, bro, you playing on TV. What you doing is, right, you allowing this whole TV thing. The reason I don't respond back gangsta y'all is because I'm not trying to allow this TV stuff to really turn into something. You know what I'm saying? You threw a drink at me, bro. Whole time, he the one who called me out my name, disrespecting me, talking gangster. I never talked gangster. I never threatened him. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that there. You came at me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything slick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got the right to. Anyway.
Lil Scrappy had established himself in the hip-hop industry by the time his name was linked to a noteworthy and well-publicized occurrence. Anarchic conflict with another rapper as one of the harshest figures in Southern hip-hop. Scrappy rose to fame in Atlanta's rap scene thanks to his unabashed and raw approach. As he became more well-known in the early 2000s, his breakout song, Hey Boosa, brought him recognition and appreciation. His music and appearances on VH1's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta made him more than just a rapper. They made him a household name. Through this platform, which was simultaneously tumultuous, fans were able to discover more about his personal hardships and dedication to his friends and family. His real name is Brian McCrea, and his infectious energy, witty poetry, and distinctive voice helped him establish himself in the underground rap scene. Despite not being as well known as Scrappy, he was able to get the notice of several influential people in the business, including Lil Scrappy, thanks to his unwavering work ethic and connections to the hip-hop scene. Because they had similar objectives and social circles, their partnership at first seemed to be founded on respect and cooperation. On and off stage, the two rappers were regularly seen collaborating. But soon, neither of them could have foreseen how their confidence would be tested. The tipping point was the public leak of a private tape that included a conversation between the two artists. The tape included nothing less than scandalous details about their business dealings, their frustrations with other artists in the industry, and some derogatory remarks about their closest friends and family. This was unusual, but it has since become very common in the entertainment sector. This tape exposed the two men's private side, which they most likely never intended to show Lil Scrappy. The consequences were swift. Rumors were rife on social media within hours after the leak, and fans, critics, and gossip sites jumped at the chance to dissect every word. Because the tape was so personal, Scrappy's innermost feelings were revealed. Although Scrappy did not immediately identify Chaos as the source, the hip-hop community quickly blamed him for the leak. Scrappy's annoyance was made clear in a number of public remarks where he bemoaned the leak and said that his privacy had been breached and his trust had been betrayed, especially when it came to conflicts with those close to him that damaged his carefully cultivated public persona. The image of the gritty, streetwise rapper has always been Scrappy's. Under his direction, many believe that Chaotic was the one who leaked the tape because he had been a member of Scrappy's inner group. In addition to discussing Scrappy's private matters, the talk was even more harmful because it contained some disparaging comments about other members of the industry. Scrappy made it plain that he would not stand for this betrayal of confidence by swiftly pursuing legal action. The rapper's legal team proceeded quickly to determine the extent of the damage caused by the announcement, including potential harm to his reputation, mental distress, and financial harm from the aftermath. Scrappy claimed in the complaint that Chaos had leaked the tape in an attempt to destroy his career. In addition to being impolitic, the lawsuit claims that Chaos' actions were driven by a desire to harm Scrappy's reputation. Scrappy swiftly denied any involvement despite being a little disorganized, and his legal team adamantly responded that they maintained that the charges were unfounded and that there was no evidence linking Chaotic to the leak. They emphasized that there was no hard proof that Chaotic had intentionally tried to release the tape or that he had any malevolent intentions towards Scrappy. Chaotic asserted that he was just as astonished as Scrappy when the discussion was revealed that the entire situation had been blown out of proportion and that Scrappy was merely looking for someone to blame in order to deflect attention from them. The controversy over the contents of the tape intensified the public exchange between the two artists and social media, which had previously played a key role in spreading the leaked audio, became a battleground for both irascible and unorganized supporters. Supporters flocked to social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter to express their thoughts on the dispute. Some backed Scrappy, saying Chaos' betrayal was intolerable. Others sided incoherently, believing Scrappy was simply being too theatrical and making an effort to appear good. The legal drama took center stage as the lawsuit developed and the divide between the two men's fan bases grew. By claiming that the leak had permanently harmed Scrappy's career and that Chaos needed to take responsibility for his conduct, Scrappy's legal team made it apparent that they were serious about holding Chaos accountable. In the meantime, the Chaos team continued to insist that there was no intentional misbehavior, arguing that despite the extreme strain both men were under during the public debate, the whole situation was a miscommunication that had been exaggerated. Scrappy had to cope with the social and professional implications from the leak, while Chaos might face legal consequences. The music industry began to observe the possible consequences for performers and their private PR conversations in the wake of closely monitoring the issue. The age of digital, in an era where social media amplifies even the smallest mistake, the case raised important questions about consent to privacy and how the public perceives celebrities' private moments. After months of court battles and media attention, the dispute between Lil Scrappy and Chaotic was eventually settled, demonstrating how vulnerable artists were to public scrutiny and how quickly a conversation that was leaked could completely change their life. Although the details of the agreement were kept under wraps, it was clear that the two men would not be working together again. Even though Scrappy was partially vindicated, the leak hurt his reputation, and no amount of legal action could undo the upheaval and the effects it caused. The public dispute between the two rappers served as a sobering reminder of how trust can be violated and how brittle relationships are in the entertainment industry. It's hard to correct, and a single error could have disastrous consequences. It also highlighted the perils of being in the spotlight for years. Both artists were left to reflect on their choices and the lessons they had learned as the legal war came to a close. The experience was a disturbing reminder to Lil Scrappy of how easily things can spiral out of control in the hip-hop business at large.
Whole time, he the one who called me out my name, disrespecting me, talking gangster. I never talked gangster. I never threatened him. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that there. You came at me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything slick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got the right to anyway.